Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is healthy and safe. So, on behalf of Manage Engine, I thank you all for joining Op Manager's free training series. So, first things first, I request you to let me know if you are able to view the presentation as well as hear me. You can confirm it by typing yes in the chat panel. So, I'll wait for a few confirmations before we proceed. Okay, I've got some confirmations. Thank you, and we're all set to go. So along with me, I also have a team of panelists. So in case you have any queries during the webinar, please feel free to ask it through the chat panel and we'll quickly get back to you with answers. About me, I'm Vishnu Prasad. I am a product marketer and I've been working with Manage Engine Op Manager for the last 2 years. Talking about today's schedule, today is the second of the four-part training series. Today we are going to be talking about how network monitoring is performed in Op Manager. Last week on the 22nd of June, we discussed network discovery using Op Manager, and in the following week, that is on the 6th of July, we'll be talking about alerts, reports, and network mapping. Finally, we'll be wrapping up this four-part training series on the 13th of July after discussing about App Manager's powerful add-ons and its diverse integrations. So all these four-part training series happens in two different time zones, GMT and EDT. So you can join whichever time that suits you. And in case you miss either of them, no issues. We have got you covered. We'll send a copy of the training videos along with the presentation and also a list of the frequently asked questions during the webinar. So you can make use of it or you can share it with your colleagues or friends who may find it helpful. So, talking about network marketing, we'll be looking in detail about the network monitoring capabilities of Op Manager. I'll be talking more about important components that you can monitor in Op Manager, and I'll also be talking about environment-specific metrics that can be monitored at any given time. To name some, we'll be talking about how to monitor the system uptime and various performance metrics of the devices discovered in Op Manager. To start off, let us have a look at the agenda for today. So we'll start the session talking about availability monitoring, and then we'll continue talking about the server performance metrics, and how they are monitored in Op Manager. We'll also discuss about network performance metrics, how to track them and monitor the key metrics of your environment. And then we'll have a look at the VoIP and WAN monitoring features that constitutes to IPSLA monitoring feature in Op Manager, and finally we'll talk about WLC monitoring feature in Op Manager and conclude the session. So, diving right into the training, we talk about availability monitoring. So, you all know that availability is one of the basic and fundamental requirements of all networks, and this is a very important parameter that lets you check the health of your devices, and it is very crucial for any business. So, in Op Manager, we monitor the health of any device using protocols such as ICMP, SNMP, and TCP. So, basic ping response is what we look for. So if in case you have an environment where ICMP ping is blocked or disabled, we also check availability using the TCP protocol. So the availability can be monitored at regular intervals, say 1 minute, 5 minute, or 10 minutes, according to how crucial that particular network or that particular device is in your network. We also monitor the packet loss data, we monitor the response time, and you can set thresholds for all these and let Op Manager alert you when a specific device crosses this threshold. You can also monitor availability in real time using Op Manager's new agent-based monitoring feature, and you can also set device dependencies. For example, if you have a core router and number of other servers or routers connected to that router, you probably know that once the core router is down, all the child devices will be down. So what Op Manager does is that Op Manager basically gives you alerts whenever a device is down. So once the core device is down, you will get alerts for the core device as well as all the child device associated to it. So once you set device dependencies or once you enable uplink dependency of a device, Op Manager will only let you know that the parent device is down, and it is automatically known that all the child devices are down. So this will avoid bombardment of alerts, and it will help you identify what the issue is in specific. So we'll quickly switch to the product, and I'll show you how availability is being monitored for devices. I'll choose a device of my choice. So this is the basic device snapshot page. So this is where you will have the availability timeline of your device. You will have the overall availability in dial. You will have the packet loss data and also the response time. You can further click on those dials to get more information on the availability. You will have color coded information on how long the device was up, how long it was down, and you can view it for the last 30 days or the last 7 days or a week or so according to your need. So the green tells you that the device was up and running, and the red tells you that the device was down for that particular amount of time. And further, you can note the outage history, that is how long this specific device was down, and you can even have a reason for that. It may be scheduled maintenance, or it may be your network's downtime. So you can have the reason for that, and you can also specify the action that you did for that specific outage. So you will have a complete outage history of this specific device that you have selected. You can further schedule reports for availability. So before talking about reports, I'll also tell you how you can edit the device details of a device. So you have option to edit device details here near the device summary option. So here, once you click, you can edit several details of the device in selection. You can tell Op Manager how to monitor the device, to monitor it via TCP or SNMP or ICMP, and you can tell Op Manager how to poll this specific device using IP address, DNS name, or anything. So you can also set uplink dependency, that you can set a parent device for this device and further things. And I'll show you how you can set thresholds for availability monitors and how you can assign it to various devices at once. To do this, go to settings, configuration, quick configuration wizard. And in the quick configuration wizard, you have something called the monitoring intervals, and you have various other features that you can set to assign it to my various devices at once. I select the threshold settings, and under threshold settings, you have availability monitors option. So here you can set thresholds for your availability monitors, and you can push it directly to various devices at once. And we also talked about device dependency. So I'll show you how you can assign a parent device. So under quick configuration wizard, there is another option called the device dependency. So select that option, and you can select a parent device. So selecting this as my parent device, and in the next page you can assign a group of devices or a set of devices to be assigned as a child device for that particular device. So by this, once the parent is down, you will not get multiple alerts. You will only get one alert saying that the parent is down, and it is automatically known that all the child devices are now down as well. So that's it about availability monitoring. And next we move on and talk about process monitoring in Op Manager. So depending on the device in question, you will have different processes that are quite important and in need of regular monitoring. So with process monitoring in Op Manager, you can monitor the current and active processes running on any machine that is discovered in Op Manager. You'll also be able to monitor the current status, the CPU memory or the CPU load of a particular process, and you can even know if a process is down or if it is up and running. So you can further set thresholds for all your critical processes, and you can also kill these processes if it seems unwanted or if it is rarely used. You don't have to reach to the server and then kill it. You can directly do it from Op Manager. So I'll show you some of the process monitors that I have assigned it to a device, and I'll also show you how you can assign process monitors. So under the device snapshot page, you have a section called the monitors. You click on it, and you'll have all the monitors that are associated with this device. And under it, select process monitors. So these are the monitors that I have assigned to a sample device of mine. So you can add one by clicking on Actions, Add Monitor. So Op Manager will automatically fetch all the processes that are running in this machine and the process monitors that are associated to it. So what you can do is that you can select the monitor you want, and you can directly assign it to device to this device of choice. So further, once the process monitor is added, you can view the availability timeline of it and the various other information that comes in with the process monitor itself. Further, you can set thresholds. If you feel this is a very critical process for your device, you can set high thresholds for it, and op manager will automatically alert you when this particular monitor or this particular process uh, crosses the specified threshold. So how do you assign these process monitors to various devices at once? To do that, go to settings, monitoring, processes, and under processes you can also create a new process here, or you can assign a created process to multiple devices at once by clicking on the associate option. You just have to click on it and select all the devices that is necessary, and you can directly associate this created process monitor to various devices that are discovered in op manager at once. So you don't have to do it one by one, you can do it in bulk. So next, we move on and we talk about Windows Service Monitoring and Service Monitoring. So the Windows Service Monitors are monitors dedicated to services running in our Windows machine, or it is simply Windows specific monitors as the name suggests. So what you can do is that you can check the real-time availability of Windows-based services, and even you can start or restart the service if you want. The next monitor in discussion is service monitors. So service monitors are nothing but TCP port monitors. So if you are in a TCP environment and if you want to monitor the availability of a specific TCP port, this is the monitor to choose from. So I'll again switch back to the product and I'll show you the various services and Windows service monitors that I have assigned for a device, and I'll also tell you how to add one. So under monitors, you'll have a specific section for service monitors and a specific section for Windows service monitors. So you can find all the monitors that is assigned to your devices here. So to create a new monitor, you can go to actions on the right corner and click on add monitor. So just like process monitors, op manager will fetch all the Windows services running in this particular device and the Windows service monitors associated with it. So you can directly associate all the needed monitors to your device, and it will list the availability status of it at any given time. You can further set thresholds for this if you feel this is a very important process, and Op Manager will again alert you when this threshold is being violated. And again, to associate these monitors for bulk, you can go to settings, monitoring, and under monitoring, select Windows services or services of your choice. And these are the Windows service monitors that come built in with the product. So you can associate these monitors if it is necessary for you. So you can associate these monitors to various devices of your choice at once by clicking on the associate option on the far right corner, and you can just select what devices you want to associate this monitor to, and it will be associated for all those monitor at once. You can also create a new monitor here by clicking on add. It is very simple and it is just a two-step process. You just have to type in the device name and the monitor you have to specify the monitor that you wish to create. So that's it about Windows service monitors and service monitors. We move on to the next topic and talk about file and folder monitoring. So this feature is to understand the existence of files and folders in general. So let us say you have an important XML file. It seems to be a certificate file which you want to monitor closely. So you can do that with the help of file and folder monitor. So what all can you do? You can also monitor the folder and files existence. You can monitor shared folders. You can know the size, the count, the age of a specific file, and how long the file has been sitting in the same path. You can get all those details, and you can configure thresholds and tell Op Manager to alert you when this specific folder or this specific file exceeds a certain size or a certain limit. And further, if you have enabled agent-based monitoring in Op Manager, so Op Manager offers agent-based log file monitoring to monitor the system and application logs. The agent in your devices will automatically fetch data and it will communicate with Op Manager with the necessary text log files in real time. So I'll show you a file and a folder monitor and I'll tell you how you can create one. Let me select a device. So under monitors, you'll have a section for file and folder monitor. So I'll select a folder monitor. So this is the folder that I've been monitoring for this device. So you can add a new monitor, you can add a new file or folder monitor by clicking on actions, add monitor. So all you have to do is specify a template name, that is a folder name, and the complete path of where the folder is, the complete path to for Op Manager to reach the folder. And you have to specify the timing, the polling interval if that's necessary, and you have to choose what you want to monitor. If you want Op Manager to tell you once the folder crosses a specified size, you can set thresholds for that. You can command Op Manager to tell you when some changes are made to the folder, so you can configure every single option that's available. And once done, you click on save, and that particular folder will be monitored by Op Manager. The same applies to file monitors as well. You just have to select a file path and Op Manager will do the rest. And similarly, you can assign files and folder monitors in bulk. Just go to settings, monitoring, files or folders, and click on the add or associate option according to what function you need to perform. So by clicking on associate, you will be able to associate the created file or folder monitor to several devices at once. So we'll quickly switch back to the presentation, and I'll talk more about the next topic. So next, we talk about pre-event log rules. So we look at an example. So let us say a user complains that an application crashed or it is not usable. And in this situation, as a server admin, what would you do? What are the metrics that you would look for, and how would you find where the problem is? The quickest way to resolve this is by monitoring the logs. So, and in Op Manager, we have a dedicated feature called event log monitoring to address specific issues like this. So, what this feature does is that it lets you monitor the Windows Server logs, and it auto generate alerts in real time if things go wrong. Is talking about event log rules. Op Manager monitors the events at the end devices with the help of event log rules that is created by you. So you can monitor various program events, you can monitor security events and system events occurring on Windows devices. You can also monitor custom event logs, and you can also specify a level of severity for alarms to be triggered, and all of those can be customized using Op Manager. So I will again switch back to the product, and I'll show you more about event log monitors in detail. So event log monitors are available under settings, monitoring, event log rule. So first thing you have to do is create an event log rule and tell Op Manager what to monitor. So you can add a custom event log rule or create a new rule. So all you have to do is type in a rule name, given the necessary details like the event ID, source, category. So all these information can be fetched using a native tool, just like Windows Viewer Event Viewer from Microsoft. So you can use tools like that to fetch these information. So once you give in the necessary information to add a rule, a rule is created in Op Manager, and you can push those rules to several devices at once and monitor uh, the specified rules, or a specified event, say a system event for devices of your choice. So again, we go back to the presentation and we move to the next topic and talk about script templates. So script templates is something that you use when you don't have a specific metric which you want to monitor, or say you to monitor a specific metric for which you can't find a standard SNMP or WMI monitor. I'll give you an example. If you want to monitor the CPU performance of a device, you can do that using the various SNMP and WMI monitors available in Op Manager. So they are available by default. For let us say that you wanted to monitor the expiry date of an SSL certificate that sits on your service. They can never be done, or they can never be monitored with the help of the SNMP monitors. So for requirements like these, you can go ahead and use script templates. So you can write your own script in any programming languages, say Python, VB script, Perl, and you can execute those scripts in and you can directly import it into the tool or and execute to get results. So these scripts can be both executed in the local server as well as remote machines, and the only requirement is that the output format of the created scripts should be in a predefined format, that is the instance and its respective value followed by the next instance and its respective value. You can view the output format on the screen as well. So I'll show you how you can create a new monitor and how you can associate to various devices at once. To create a script template, you can again go to settings, monitoring, script templates. So under script templates, you can add a new template. As I told you before, you can write a command of your own. You can write a script of your own to tell Op Manager what specific metric to monitor. So you can just give in the device, you can give in a name for your script. You can type in the script directly, and you can also set thresholds if that's necessary. So once a specific script is created, you can associate those created script to various devices at once if that's necessary. So you can do that by clicking on the associate option on the far right corner. So I hope you're clear about script templates. And next, we talk about storage monitoring. Monitoring storage server performance. So what are storage metrics that you need to monitor, and how are storage devices monitored in Op Manager? The features we have got for storage devices are that we monitor the management of RAIDs, tape libraries, FC switches, etc. And we tell you more about storage capacity forecasting, telling that how much storage is left in your device, and it lets you plan your network accordingly. So Op Manager supports various vendors and their respective devices. For example, for RAID arrays, you we have IBM support, we have support for Dell, Bosch, and you can see the supported vendors on your page on your screen as well right now. And we are regularly improving our vendor support, and we also have dedicated reports for storage monitoring, so you can view various parameters of which they are monitored, and you can have a complete analysis with the storage reports in question. So to know more about storage reports, you can go ahead and check out our help page on the supported devices. So the device supported devices page will have a complete list of all the devices that are supported for storage server performance in Op Manager. So I'll quickly show you storage devices device screenshot page, and and I'll tell you what are the various metrics or what are the associated entities that are monitored using Op Manager. So let me get a storage device. So I have selected an RAID device, and so this is how the basic device snapshot page of your basic storage device looks like. You'll have the basic device summary, you will have basic device information and the availability timeline. You'll also have the disks that are associated with your storage device. So this is a licensed feature, you can purchase a license for how many disks that you want to monitor, and you can monitor all those in Op Manager with ease. You have various other information such as the storage pool details, the host initiator details. You'll have all the hosts that are connected to your storage device and its current availability status. You'll also have information on the storage. As I told before, you can do storage forecasting with Op Manager, and you'll have all the basic information. You can have a look at it by looking at our demo. You can see what are all the features that are available in Op Manager storage monitoring feature. You also have storage monitoring specific monitors, so you can add such monitors by clicking on the monitors tab, and by accessing it under actions, add storage monitor. So once you add a storage monitor, that specific storage monitor will be added to this device, and it will monitor the specific metrics that are mentioned in the device. And talking about reports, you can find the reports under reports Op Manager, and you'll have storage specific reports under the storage report section. And these are the basic reports that are available by default in Op Manager. And you can also create a new report of your choice if that's necessary. You can have a complete analysis of the performance of your storage device with the help of reports. So the next topic in discussion is about VMware performance monitoring. So Op Manager provides intensive agentless virtual device monitoring to enable effortless performance management of your VMware devices. So VMware performance metrics such as the CPU ready time, CPU wait time, the memory balloon, the network disk, and the data store, etc., can be monitored using Op Manager. So once you discover VMware in Op Manager, all the associated entities are also discovered and monitored for availability. So we can also monitor hardware metrics such as the sensor, the power, temperature, voltage, values, etc. using Op Manager. And Op Manager relies on VMware's API protocol. So we currently offer support for Dell and HP vendors as of now. And we're also quickly expanding on our vendor reach. And talking about VMware events, you can monitor events such as inventory changes or a new VM being added into a new host that has been added, or a new VM that has been migrated to another, etc. And you can have all the various information. And also you can get personalized reports, that is customized reports especially for VMware performance monitoring. I'll quickly switch to the product and I'll show you a VMware device, and and I'll show you how the device snapshot page of it is and what are the various metrics that are monitored. So this is the device snapshot page of a VMware device. This is a VMware host. So you'll have the basic host details, you will have the host availability timeline, and a complete info on the EZX hosts. You'll have all the virtual machines that are associated with this VMware. You can further perform advanced monitoring for every virtual machine. And I'll just select a virtual machine and I'll show you what are the details of these virtual machines that we monitor. So this is how the virtual machines device snapshot page looks like when you enable advanced monitoring. So you'll have various information on the associated virtual machines as well. Further, you'll have all the data stores that are linked with your VMware host that will also be displayed and checked for its availability over any given time. You can also monitor this for performance if it's needed. And talking about the reports, again, you'll have virtual servers report, which are specific to VMwares and vCenters. So you can have a look at it and make use of it if it is necessary. So next topic in discussion is about Nutanix monitoring. So this is all this. We have a dedicated section created for discovering and monitoring the performance and availability of Nutanix clusters in Op Manager. You can track the Nutanix's HCI performance, and once the device is discovered, once the Nutanix cluster is discovered, Op Manager will automatically draw its cluster diagram for you, so you don't have to do that manually. So you can keep track of Nutanix hosts and their performance in real time at any given time. In Op Manager, you can also monitor the multiple modes. You can also monitor the Nutanix cluster with multiple modes such as SNMP, WMI, CLI, whichever is comfortable for you and whichever your Nutanix cluster is specified with. So in addition to monitoring, Op Manager also comes in with preloaded reports for Nutanix also. So you'll have a detailed performance analysis, performance statistics of your Nutanix device, and you can have a complete look of how your Nutanix cluster and its associated entities are performing over a given period of time. So we move on to the next topic and talk about monitoring of network devices. So Op Manager can monitor various network devices that are reachable from the Op Manager server, and any parameter that is configured with an SNMP credential. So when it comes to routers, Op Manager is capable of monitoring parameters such as active IP sessions, the buffer failures, IP routing discards, or the CPU's load or memory, etc. Likewise, for switches, Op Manager monitors the memory usage and the backplane utilization of the switches and various other features. Op Manager is also capable of monitoring L3 devices, just like your firewall, and you can monitor firewall specific parameters like CPU usage, the concurrent VPN users, and the active VPN tunnels that exist in a certain firewall or a certain VPN connection. So further, you can also monitor the printers that are in your network. So you also have printer specific parameters such as paper jams or the number of paper in the printer or the toner levels of your printer. So you have a specific metrics for specific network devices. So I'll show you a router and I'll show you how the device screenshot page of a router looks like, and I'll tell you what are the various metrics that are monitored for a network device. So this is for a router. You'll have the basic availability timeline. You'll have a basic device summary and the recent alarms that are associated that are raised for this particular router. So you'll also have router graphs if you have configured any. You'll have all the interfaces that are associated with your router, so those will be discovered in Op Manager, and you can have a look at the performance of it at any given time. And you'll also have all the monitors that are associated with your router or any network device of choice. You can find it under the monitors option. And similarly, for firewalls and for printers, you will have device specific, or you will have network device specific features or information that are being monitored. So this is how the printer's device snapshot page looks like. So you'll have various customized feature for printers as well. So we again move to the presentation, and next we talk about interface monitoring. So we all know that devices and interfaces form the basis of any network. A network interface can be a hardware interface or a software interface, and with Op Manager you can monitor both. You can monitor the availability of an interface and the overall performance of it, and you can do everything in a single page. So Op Manager's interface monitoring can be used to monitor the health status of your interfaces. You can also monitor key attributes like the transmitted and received traffic, or the error and discard rates, etc. Or you can create interface groups, and you can assign thresholds. You can assign notification profiles for those groups, and you can do bulk changes for various interfaces of similar type, or any thing for that instance. You can do bulk changes for it by creating a device group of your choice. And further, Op Manager updates the basic interface information on every 24 hours, just like the speed of the interface, the description of it, and it automatically updates all those information. And Top Manager monitors all its interfaces using a protocol called SNMP protocol. And similar to the device inventory, you would have seen that we also have a complete inventory for all the interfaces that are discovered in Op Manager. So I'll quickly switch back to the product and I'll show you the interface inventory. So the interfaces can be found under inventory interfaces. So these are the interfaces that are already discovered in Op Manager in my setup. So you will have all the interfaces that are discovered from your network listed here. So you can just click on an interface, and you can have the basic availability timeline of it over a certain period of time, the interface graphs associated with it, if any, and you'll also have various monitors that are associated with a specific device. So you can monitor specific data and the performance of your interface if it is a very important component in your network. So moving on to the next topic, we talk about hardware monitoring. Yes, it is also an important feature. It is also very important to monitor the hardware metrics of the devices in your network, because if you're using a physical device, there are a few key things that you need to monitor, such as the fan speed or the temperature or the voltage. So those things can be done using the hardware monitoring feature in Op Manager. You can suppress hardware alerts if it is not required, but it is still very important to get those alerts. So you can monitor all the hardware statistics of the devices in a network. You can configure monitoring intervals for hardware devices and hardware specific metrics. And as of now, for hardware monitoring, so these are the vendors that we support Cisco, we support Juniper, HP, and Dell, and we are constantly improving on our vendor support as well. So I'll just show you a router, and I'll show you what are the hardware metrics that are monitored. So these, one second. So your hardware specific page will look like this. You will have all the basic hardware information, hardware specific information. You can find it under the hardware tab in the device snapshot page. You'll have various other features such as the sensor info. You can click and you can drill down to each and every sensors availability status at any given time. So you can view all that in the various widgets or various features that are available in Op Manager. You can find all these hardware metrics and all these hardware related information for network devices as well. So we move on, and next we talk about IPMI monitoring. So we saw about IPMI monitoring in detail in our previous sessions. We saw how to you can discover a device and how you can monitor the basic parameters of it. So here, you with IPMI monitoring, you can monitor the hardware metrics such as the system temperature, the fan speed, the power supply voltages, etc. And with Op Manager provides a comprehensive IPMI monitoring tool, and you can also monitor the hardware health of your server in real time using the API or SNMP protocols. It functions independently from your server and CPU. So currently, Op Manager supports vendors such as Dell's ID-Rack, HP's ILO, and IBM's IAM. So these are the devices that we support right now, and we are also constantly improving on our vendor support, as I told before. We also have a set of dedicated widgets, and we have comprehensive reports for IPMI monitoring as well. You can explore it from our demo, so you can find all device specific reports there. So that's it about IPMI monitoring. And next we move on and we talk about the Meraki monitoring feature in Op Manager. So this is a newly developed feature that lets you discover and monitor Cisco Meraki controllers, include and monitor their availability, health, efficiency, and performance. So it works on API based monitoring. So it allows you to monitor and discover all the organizations and network that are connected to Meraki controller, and you can monitor the associated entities such as Meraki security, Meraki radio, Meraki switches, or cellular gateways. You can monitor all those associated entities in detail for availability and performance. And you can also have a wider understanding and the working of the rogue SSIDs, the clients, and the access points that are connected with the discovered Meraki cluster. So I'll show you a Meraki cluster, and I'll show you how the device snapshot page of it looks like, and the various metrics that are monitored. So this is how the device snapshot page of a Meraki cluster looks like. Once you devise the Meraki controller into Op Manager, Op Manager will monitor it for its basic availability. It will tell you if your cluster and the associated entities are available from the Op Manager server. You'll have various other widgets that are specific to the Meraki controller. You have widgets that tell you the top 5 SSIDs by network usage. It will tell you about the Meraki devices that are down, and it will also list all the devices that are associated with the Meraki controllers. As I told before, you will have a list of all the Meraki radio devices, the Meraki cellular gateway devices, and the Meraki switches that are associated with the controller itself. So you can further enable advanced monitoring if you wish to monitor if you wish to monitor in-depth performance for these devices as well. So you can enable advanced monitoring, and Op Manager will discover this as a separate device in its inventory, and it will monitor not only for its availability but also in-depth performance. And you can also create reports for Meraki controllers. You can find those reports under reports Op Manager, and you'll have Meraki specific reports that are already available in Op Manager. There are a default set of reports, or you can create a new one or custom create a new report if that's necessary. So that's it about performance monitoring of Meraki controllers in Op Manager. Next, we talk about Cisco 8 ACI monitoring. So this is a new feature in Op Manager, and some of you would have worked with the Cisco ACI environment, and you all know to what extent these environments can be expanded. So with Op Manager's Cisco ACI monitoring tool, it helps you tackle this issue by monitoring the environment as a whole, and it will also monitor all the associated entities or all the associated devices in your Cisco ACI environment. You can monitor the entire Cisco ACI infrastructure and also get a comprehensive view on your controller along with all other components such as the fabric, the tenants, and the endpoint groups. So the overall screenshot page is very similar to all other virtualization devices. It's very similar to a Meraki device. You'll have all the basic device details, that is the basic Cisco ACI's environment details. You'll have the APIC controller summary. You'll have a complete topology map of how all the devices are scattered in your network, and you'll have various other information regarding the associated entities of your Cisco ACI network. Next, we talk about a specific feature in Op Manager called the IP SLA monitoring. So this is an important aspect of Op Manager. So when you're working in a distributed environment, you might have multiple development centers across the globe connected to your headquarters. And when you're transferring files between the development center and the headquarters, you might find a file transfer lag, or you can feel that your file transfer is very slow. Or when you try to make an IP voice call and the call doesn't connect properly, or there are a lot of disturbance in the call, you have no idea how to track all those information. So with IPSLA's monitoring feature, you can monitor the WAN RTT and the VoIP performance of your network, and you can quickly identify the root cause of all those issues that is happening in a voice over IP protocol call, VoIP call, or your WAN RTT network in general. So, talking more about WAN and VoIP monitoring, Op Manager allows you to identify the network components with high round trip time. So, you can know which components cause the high round trip time, and you can fix that accordingly. You have an option where you can monitor the latency, jitter, the mean time to repair, and all other critical metrics, and so you can identify the issue and take necessary actions. Similarly, we have an option where you can pull the details on link availability and get error statistics on the available metrics. Likewise, you can pull QoS trend graphs and show how the performance metrics are going to be in the future. You can even schedule a report or export it manually, and you can send it to your upper management for them to view the details of it. So based on these reports, you can plan how much resource one needs to allocate for an available WAN or VoIP network. So I'll quickly show you the device that I have discovered and a VoIP monitor that I have added in my setup. So you can find your IPSLA monitors under network IPSLA, and you'll have VoIP monitors and one monitor that are created in Op Manager. So you can add a new VoIP monitor of your choice by clicking on the VoIP monitor option on the right corner. You just given all the necessary details like the source port, the destination devices IP, the source devices IP, etc. And once all this is done, a VoIP monitor is created in Op Manager, which lets you monitor metrics such as the source to destination jitter, the round trip time of this specific device, and packet loss data, and various other information that is available on the screen right now. You can have threshold details, and it will also fetch more information on the positive and negative jitter, the round trip time histories, and various other informations. You also have reports for VoIP and WAN RTT monitors. You can find it under reports. So you'll have WAN RTT specific reports that comes in default with Op Manager. You can make use of it if you want to do a complete analysis of your network. So next, we talk about WLC monitoring in Op Manager. So wireless LAN controller monitoring is a feature in Op Manager that allows you to monitor the wireless LAN controllers across multiple vendors. That the WLCs that are in your network, you can directly discover it into Op Manager, and you can monitor them for its in-depth performance. So the traffic usage can be monitored, the data transmitted via different wireless and wired connections can be monitored, the signal strengths can be monitored for performance, and you can also have a look at the authorized and unauthorized Wi-Fi connections that are detected by your access points, and it will also be listed in its UI. So you can also have a detailed information on the health and availability of your access points, and you can know who the active clients are. Just like every other device in Op Manager, you also have device specific reports. So I'll show you all about the device in general and about the reports. So I'll select wireless LAN controller that I have discovered. So this is how the device snapshot page of your wireless LAN controller will look once you discover it in Op Manager. You'll have all the basic device summary. You'll have the overall availability timeline of a controller as such. You'll have basic specified, basic custom widgets for your WLC in general. And as I told before, all the SSIDs that are connected with your controller will be listed with access points, rogue SSIDs, and clients. You can further discover these access points into Op Manager and monitor them for in-depth performance if that's needed. And talking about the reports again, you will have WLC specific reports that comes in. There are 2 to 3 reports that comes in built in by default with Op Manager. You can also create a new one if it is very necessary for you. So this is how WLC's performance and WLC's availability can be monitored in Op Manager. So with that, we have come to the end of the session. So we'll now be looking at various questions, where very interesting questions that were asked during our previous sessions and by some of our attendees. So the first question goes, how can we monitor URLs in Op Manager? So many businesses and enterprises require continuous monitoring of their websites, as the failure of certain websites may cost you big time. So you can monitor the availability and response time of critical URLs. Uh, Further, you can match a specific content from the URL, and you can get alerted if that particular strings goes missing. So basically, you can specify a URL and you can monitor it for its availability and performance in Op Manager. So I'll tell you how you can do it. Go to settings, monitoring, and under monitoring, you can select the URL monitors. So all you have to do is to just create a new URL monitor with the complete URL address of it. And you can, as I told before, you can match content if that's very necessary. You can also integrate various other information that are required, and once all this is done, you can define a monitoring interval for your URL to be monitored, and by clicking on save, a specific URL will be monitored for its availability at any given time using Op Manager. You can also, so that's it about URL monitors. We go on to the next question, and so the next question is, what are idle interfaces? So Op Manager identifies inactive interfaces, and Op Manager moves them under a term called idle interfaces, thereby maintaining the overall performance of a product. So what interfaces, or which interfaces are termed as idle interfaces? I'll tell you. Interfaces that do not collect data over the past 30 days, interfaces that collect 0 KB of data in the past 30 days, interfaces that are discovered with 0 KB as if speed. So all these interfaces are termed as idle interfaces, and it is grouped in Op Manager. So the next question is, what is self-monitoring in Op Manager? So self-monitoring in Op Manager helps you monitor the device in which the Op Manager is running. For example, if I am running a device in if I'm running Op Manager in a specific device, it lets you know how the performance of that specific device is. So you can find it under settings, general settings, and under general settings, you have an option called self monitoring. So you can monitor these various metrics of the system or the device that is installed with Op Manager. So that is how you can make use of the self monitoring feature in Op Manager. We move on to the next question, and we talk about what are the device snapshot settings. So there is an option called the device snapshot settings in our product. The snapshot setting option allows you to configure how the device snapshot page should look like, or the how what are the details that you want to be displayed in the device snapshot page. So you can find it under settings, general settings, and device snapshot settings. So you'll have various information that can be displayed in the device snapshot page. So according to your need and according to how simple you want your device snapshot page to be, you can select the information that needs to be displayed there, and you can custom design your UI for the device snapshot page. Moving on to the next question, we talk about what are the key features of agent-based monitoring. So we explained about agent-based monitoring feature in the last webinar. So I'll give a quick glance of what this is. So agent-based monitoring is that Op Manager quickly sends in an agent which is less than 1 MB in size to all those devices that you need to monitor, and that specific agent will communicate with the device and fetch information. So what Op Manager does is that it will communicate with the agent in specific and attain all the information that is collected by the agent. So it is very highly optimized for polling, and it is very useful for real-time monitoring. And all this communication with the Op Manager and the agent happens in a secured SSL environment, so you don't have to worry about security in general. So the next question is, does Op Manager support vCenter version 7? Yes, Op Manager does support the vCenter version 7, but only for builds above 12.5.181. So if you are using a build below that, you would need to update your build to monitor vCenter version 7. So with that, we have come to the end of the session. So in the next Op Managers pre-training, we'll be discussing on alarms and severity. We'll be discussing about the various reports that are available in Op Manager. We'll be talking more about the SNMP traps and syslogs, and we'll also be talking about how to create a notification profile in order if you need one. So the next training will be on July 6th of 2021, that is the next Tuesday. And if you want to view more videos on our features and about our free training, you can always go to our YouTube channel. Op Manager Tech Videos is what it is called. You can find all our videos there. Yeah, we also have an inventory of all help documents about every single feature and every single option available in Op Manager. You can find it under help.opmanager.com. So you can also check out our forums. You can also check out our conversations on the forums at forums.manageengine.com/opmanager, and you can write to us, or you can contact our support team on the email ID and the number that is displayed on the screen. And if you want to get yourself registered as registered and certified as an Op Manager Pro, so you can register yourself in the link given in the screen right now. So you can take in a session, take in a specific training, and by attending some quizzes, you will be certified as an Op Manager Pro. So thank you all for joining today's webinar. It was a pleasure, and I hope you have learned something, and I hope you have learned more about the Op Manager product in general. So you can write to us on opmanager-support at manageengine.com if you have any queries. And if you have any queries about this session in general, you can ask it in the chat panel. Our experts will reach you out with answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much and have a great day.